Hey, what's going on everyone, it's Flamecolava here, and today we're going to be continuing our journey on the top 10 best Pokemon of each region. And today we're going to be covering the Sinnoh region. Yep, today we're going to be talking about my top 10 favorite Sinnoh Pokemon. Now in my opinion, Sinnoh has the best Pokemon designs out of all the regions, and is personally my favorite region since Diamond was my first game. So without further ado, let's get right into today's video. Since Sinnoh is my favorite region, we have a few Pokemon that did make it into the list. That are some of my favorite Sinnoh Pokemon. And those Pokemon are Torterra, Ambipom, Magnezone, Mamoswine, Giratina, Darkrai, and both forms of Shaman. Yeah, there's a lot of Pokemon since Sinnoh is my favorite region, like I said before. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into today's video. Number 10. Gliscor. At the number 10 spot, we have Gliscor. Gliscor is an amazing ground Pokemon. I love the design since it's so sleek, and I loved Ash's Gliscor in the anime. Its personality and it being sent to training made me really love the Pokemon a lot on Ash's team, and it was super unique for Ash to have captured this Pokemon compared to some of his older Pokemon. Number 9. Lucario. At the number 9 spot, we have easily the most popular Sinnoh Pokemon being none other than Lucario. Lucario's design is really cool looking, and it basically now represents the fighting type. Lucario also is in Smash despite him not being my favorite in Smash, but he also has a pretty cool Mega Evolution, and his movie, Lucario and the Mystery of Mew, was really good. The only problem I have with Lucario is that in Diamond and Pearl, the only way to get him is by getting an egg from Riley, which at that point in the game, you would have completed your 5th gym, and you probably would have had a full team by then. Plus, Riley gives you the egg, which means you have to do some serious leveling up to get this Pokemon. Not to mention that it evolves through happiness, so it's a big hassle to get this Pokemon. Thankfully in Black and White 2, you can get the Pokemon before even the first or second gym, and in X and Y, after you beat the fighting type gym leader Karina, which is the third gym in the game, she gives you a Lucario with a Mega Stone, so it's a lot easier to get in more recent games. Number 8. Dialga. At the number 8 spot, we have Dialga. Now the reason why I love Dialga so much is because, as I previously mentioned, Pokemon Diamond was my first Pokemon game, and Dialga was obviously the legendary mascot of the games. Dialga also looks really cool, and is one of my first Pokemon I ever used, as it was on my Diamond team, which basically had my starter, 2 HM slaves, and the rest were legendaries. Dialga is a Pokemon that I will always love, and I have a lot of nostalgia for it. Number 7. Electivire. At the number 7 spot, we have Electivire. Electivire has a really cool design in my opinion. I always loved its previous 2 evolutions, and it is one of my favorite electric type Pokemon. Electivire is also a Pokemon that I think deserves a Mega Evolution, and for some reason this Pokemon does not have the fighting type, which I think it should have. Electivire also has probably the best Pokemon anime battle ever, which is against Ash's Infernape and Paul's Electivire in the Sinnoh League. In that battle, you could see the rivalry these 2 Pokemon had from the start ever since Chimchar was abused by Paul, which is why I absolutely love Electivire. Number 6. Garchomp. At the number 6 spot, we have Garchomp. Garchomp is definitely my favorite dragon type. The design is super cool, and let's be honest, the main reason why everyone loves Garchomp is because of Cynthia's Garchomp, which wrecked our starter Pokemon at first. This Pokemon is so badass, and whilst I may not be that much of a fan of Garchomp's shiny, as well as its Mega Evolution, this Pokemon is still great and deserves this number 6 spot on the list. Number 5. Roserade. At the number 5 spot on this list, we have Roserade. Roserade is one of my favorite grass types, and I love the design. It's a big step up from Roselia, and I usually do not like an inanimate object Pokemon, but this Pokemon surprised me on how cool it was. Roserade is super cool, and I love it so much. The design is both elegant and amazing, and it surprises me to this day on how much I actually love this Pokemon. Number 4. Luxray. At the number 4 spot, we have Luxray. Luxray has one of the coolest designs for a Pokemon ever. It's my favorite electric type and is one of my favorite Pokemon ever. Luxray is just so dark and badass, not to mention that I could see this Pokemon attacking from the shadows while seeing its electric body light up. It's just an amazing Pokemon, not to mention I love Shinx as well, as it's super cute. So it's a super cute Pokemon, so I really like Luxray. Number 3. Staraptor. Okay, so the next 3 Pokemon are not only my favorite 3 Sinnoh Pokemon, but my 3 favorite Pokemon of all time. So we start off number 3 with Staraptor, the best flying type. Staraptor's design is incredibly cool. The hair thing along with its shiny form is just so badass, and I know I have said that word a lot in this video, but seriously, Sinnoh has some amazing Pokemon. Staraptor is also a great flying type to use in this region, not to mention I really love both Starly and Starevia, so this Pokemon is also really good. Number 2. Empoleon. At the number 2 spot we have Empoleon. Empoleon is my favourite water type, despite Greninja almost taking that spot over now, but this Pokemon's design is amazing. And Piplup is adorable, but the reason why I love this Pokemon so much is because it was actually my first ever Pokemon. That's right, the first Pokemon I have ever used was an Empoleon, which I still own to this day. I have great memories with this Pokemon, and there could not be a single Pokemon in the world that makes my partner Pokemon other than Empoleon. A lot of people's favorite Pokemon becomes their favorite, but in this case it's not. There's only one Pokemon that is even better than Empoleon. And number 1 is Infernape. Now I just mentioned how Empoleon was my first Pokemon ever, and I'm very sorry Torterra for not making it to this list. At least you made it to the honorable mentions. I still love you, but Infernape is not only the best Sinnoh Pokemon, but the best Pokemon ever. The design is amazing, using one is amazing, but the best part is Ash's Infernape. If it wasn't for Ash's Chimchar, then I probably would love Pokemon that much. I watched the Diamond and Pearl anime for the first time in the summer of 2018, after I finally met one of my childhood friends again in Germany, as I was born there, if you guys didn't know that. And he told me to watch anime. I watched a few series like Tokyo Ghoul and Death Note, which were really nice, but he also showed me Pokemon. I knew that there was a Pokemon anime, but I tried it out because I loved and still love Nintendo, and Pokemon is a big part of the company. So I came back from Germany and started to watch the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl anime, as well as the only Pokemon game I had at the time that was Diamond, so I started off with watching the Diamond and Pearl anime. I watched the anime and saw how Paul, Ash's rival in the series, abused and released Chimchar. Ash took Chimchar and later on got revenge on Paul, which is why this is my favourite Pokemon of all time. So yeah, that is today's video. Sinnoh is my favourite region, and I was very happy to talk about the region, as even scripting this video was actually quite emotional for me, as I basically grew up, I guess you could say, with these Pokemon. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.